After receiving a lavish royal welcome by his hosts in Saudi Arabia, President Trump is now in the Qatari capital, where he's met with Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, where hundreds of dollars of investments in the United States are due to be announced. Qatar is also currently hosting renewed ceasefire for hostage talks, while Israel intensifies its military offensive in the decimated enclave, with reports that more than 70 people had been killed in just the last 24 hours, and where Israel stands accused of imposing inhumane conditions on civilians amid a more than 70-day humanitarian blockade.
The ICJ is considering whether a genocide is taking place in Gaza. It will weigh the testimony that we have shared, but it will be too late. Recognizing the urgency, the ICJ has indicated clear provisional measures that must be implemented now, yet they have not. So for those killed and those whose voices are silenced, what more evidence do you need now? Will you act decisively to prevent genocide and to ensure respect for international humanitarian law? Or will you say instead that we did all we could?
Trump's visit also stirring controversy at home over a proposed $400 million plane that the Qatari royal family wants to gift to the United States president as a replacement for the current Air Force One amid national security concerns.
So in light of the deeply troubling news of a possible Qatari-funded Air Force One, and the reports that the Attorney General personally signed off on this clearly unethical deal, I am announcing a hold on all DOJ political nominees until we get more answers.
Trump has railed against the criticism, taking to social media in the early hours of the morning, arguing that the Boeing was being given as a gift to the Department of Defense and not to him personally, further questioning why taxpayers should be forced to pay hundreds of millions of dollars when they could get an updated plane for free. This is what he told Fox News.
So they said to me, we would like to, in effect, we would like to make a gift. You've done so many things. And we'd like to make a gift to the Defense Department, which is where it's going. And I said, well, that's nice. Now, some people say, oh, you shouldn't accept gifts for the country. My attitude is, why wouldn't I accept a gift? We're giving to everybody else. Why wouldn't I accept a gift?
But a Washington, D.C.-based government ethics group says it is concerned.
The real danger here is that this other country, Qatar, has given him this very appears that it is going to be giving him this very valuable gift, this huge luxury airplane, and that when he makes decisions, whether it's about the Middle East, which is a very volatile region, or about trade deals, that rather than making those decisions based on this analysis of what's in the American people's interest, that he's going to remember that they gave him this great plane that he loves, and that could tip him to make a different decision than he would make otherwise.
All this amid rampant speculation about possible peace talks between Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and Russia's President Vladimir Putin in Turkey Thursday, which Trump said he might show up for, but without any confirmation as yet from the Kremlin on Putin's intentions.
What this bilateral meeting could look like, Russians could present their demands, Ukraine may reject these demands, and this will be the end of it. There could also be a high-level meeting between Ukrainian president, the president of Turkey, and maybe Donald Trump, if he decides to stop in Istanbul, and they could discuss wider issues, security in the Black Sea. They could discuss perhaps common position on pushing Russia to actually agree to stop the war and take a negotiation process in earnest and in good faith.
Amid rumblings that the U.S. president is losing patience despite U.S. efforts to end this war. Trump's visit in Qatar and the region could also be catalytic towards a ceasefire in Gaza after a so-called goodwill gesture from Hamas earlier this week in the release of Israeli-American hostage Edan Alexander. Trump said in the Saudi capital Riyadh on Tuesday that more hostage releases would follow and that the people of Gaza deserved a better future, while Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu continues to signal that there would be no end to the war until Hamas was completely defeated. Sherwin, Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.